Yes, it is, but a very long time since we last met.
And the two of us also, eh?
Yes.
Thank you so kindly for the lovely flowers.
Oh, do not mention it, and I will not tell a soul. I wanted to come yesterday at once, but I heard you were away travelling.
Have you just arrived today, eh?
No, I arrived yesterday at noon. I was so saddened to hear you were not at home.
Why?
Why, my dear Miss Ricing, I mean Mrs. Elvsted.
I hope you're not in any trouble.
Yes, I am, and I seek some friends for advice and assistance.
Come here, we must sit down.
Well, what is it, Mrs. Elvsted?
Has something happened?
Yes, something has and has not happened. I would be extremely sorry for you to misunderstand, but I must inform you, if you do not already know, that Eilert Lovborg is also in town.
Loveborg?
I had hoped he'd reformed himself, rather than the worse.
For those years he has been with us. He has been our children's tutor.
Your children?
My husband's I have none of my own.
I don't know quite how to express myself. Was he regular enough in his habits for that kind of employment, eh?
For the past several years, his behaviour has been irreproachable, a true gentleman.
Has it really? Imagine that, Hedda.
Yes, irreproachable in every respect whatsoever. But now that I know he is here, alone, with a great deal of money in his hands.
Why did he not stay at you and your husband's, eh?
Since his book has been published, he's been far too restless to stay with us. It was published a fortnight ago, and since it has sold so well and been read so much, it has become quite a sensation.
Has it indeed? Must have been something he had lying around since better days.
Oh no, it has been written all within the last year, since he has been with us. It was I who helped him with his true talents.
Have you encountered him here in town?
No, I had the greatest difficulty in finding his address, but I'm hoping to see him tomorrow.
All things considered, it seems very strange of your husband.
What seems strange?
Well, that he should send you, a lady, into town on such an errand. That he does not go himself to look for his friend.
Oh no, my husband is far too busy. And I had some shopping to do.
I see. Well, that is a different matter.
Now I beg of you, Mr. Tesman, if Eilert comes to you, will you please receive him kindly if he does? That of which I'm sure he will, as you used to be such good friends. But my dear Mrs. Tesman, I really intended to leave right now.
There is no reason to hurry off. Now tell me something about life at home.
That is something I'd rather not discuss.
But to me, dear, why? We were at school together.
Yes, but you were in the year above me, and I was so terribly afraid of you then.
You were afraid of me?
Yes, for when we passed each other on the stairs, you always pulled my hair.
No. Did I really?
Yes, and you once said you'd set fire to it and burn it all off.
Oh, that was childish nonsense, of course.
Yes, but I did not understand that in those days, and since then we have drifted so far apart. We mingle in such different circles.
Well then, we must try to come closer. Now listen, at school we spoke to each other informally and called each other by our Christian names.
No, you're most certainly mistaken. Oh, such goodness and kindness. I'm not accustomed to those things.
And I will call you Thora.
My name is Thea.
Thea! Yes, of course it is. So you're not accustomed to goodness and kindness, Thea? Not even in your own home?
If only I had a home. But I do not. I've never had a home. Yes, I did.
Tell me, how long ago was that?
5 years. Oh, and the last 2 or 3. Oh, Mrs. Tesman.
Thea?
Yes, sorry. I shall try. Hedda.
Well, that is stupid of you.
I cannot be otherwise. Not with him. I don't think he cares much for anyone except maybe the children a little.
And Eilert Lovborg, of course.
Eilert Lovborg? What makes you think so?
Well, my dear, when he sends you all this way to search for him, at least that is what you told Tesman.
Oh, did I? Oh, yes, I suppose I did. The truth is my husband does not know I'm here.
What? Your husband does not know?
No, of course not. He was away from home himself, travelling. Oh, I could not bear it any longer, Hedda. So lonely I was out there.
Well, then what did you do?
I packed some of my things, the necessities, quickly, and walked. Just walked right out of the front door.
Just like that?
Yes, and got the first train into town.
How could you dare? What will people say about you?
I have done what I have had to do, and I do not care what people say. I only know that this is where I must be, where Eilert Lovborg is, if I am to live at all.
And how did this friendship between you and the Islet Loveborg happen?
Gradually. I became to have a sort of power over him.
A power?
Yes. Of course, you see, he saw how repulsive they were to me, and so he just quit them.
And you restored him?
So he says himself. And he on the other hand, he has made a real person out of me. Taught me to think and understand certain things. Whenever he wanted to write anything, he wanted me by his side. Me working alongside a man. We were like equals.
You were like two good comrades.
Comrades, yes, fancy, Hedda. That is the very same word he used. Oh, I ought to be so thoroughly happy. And yet, I cannot. For I do not know if it will last. The shadow of another woman stands between Islet Loveborg and I.
Really? And what did he say about her?
He has only once, quite vaguely referred to her.
Well, what did he say?
He said that when they parted, she threatened to shoot him with a pistol.
Nonsense.
No, I realise that. That is why I think it must have been that red-headed mademoiselle he once knew. They said she did what she cared, when she cared. With no concern for reputation or scandal.
Well, then it must have been her.
Oh, Hedda, I hear that lady lives in town.
Hush. Tesman would take care of everything. Thea, this is our secret. A bond of our new friendship.
Oh, yes. Yes, please. Ahem.
Ah, at last. Dear Thea, we've been waiting so eagerly for you.
Ought I go in and greet your husband?
Oh, no, not at all. The two of them will soon be leaving.
Leaving?
Off to a party. Mr. Loveborg will be staying here with us.
How lovely it is to see you.
Yes. Is she not lovely to look at?
Merely to look at.
Yes. For we trust each other completely. Therefore we can sit and speak intimately.
But not boldly, Mr. Loveborg.
Well,
Aren't I lucky, Hedda? For he says I inspire him the way he inspires me.
and the courage she has in the action she takes, Miss Tesman.
Good Lord, I have courage.
Ah, yes. If one only had courage,
What do you mean? Then what?
then one might be able to bear the hardship of life. But my dear Thea, you must come and drink a cold glass of punch.
Oh no, I do not need to drink.
Then you at least, Mr. Loveborg.
No, thank you. If you don't drink, I shall refrain.
But if I desired you to,
Still, I would refuse. People may think what they like.
Yes, people may think what they like. I know you.
I noticed
What did you notice?
his smile of contempt when you did not dare to join the men this evening.
I did not dare. Of course I dared. But I prefer to stay here and speak to you.
But it is clear that this is what Judge Bragg thought when you declined to join their little party.
Well, let him think so.
Yes, it's truly for the best.
There is no reason to doubt Mr. Loveborg and have such fears for him.
Why are you doing this?
So you were anxious and fearful for me.
Islet, please listen. Please let me tell you the truth. I was just concerned about you. I do trust you.
Yes. Here's to your health, Thea.
There, no more now.
No.
Now, Thea, please do speak the truth.
Of course.
Did Mr. Elvsted know that you followed me here?
Islet, why are you acting in this manner?
Or perhaps was it an arrangement between you and him that you should follow me and spy on me?
No.
Oh, but that was foolish of me. Do not be angry with me, my dear comrade. You and everyone else shall know that I might have fallen, but I have risen again purely thanks to you.
Oh, Islet. Thank you, God.
I shall come back and collect her.
I will be waiting. Oh, goodness. Hedda, you're being mysterious. Do you not already have this power?
No, I do not. I never have it.
Not even your husband's?
What I once had has now made you so rich. I think after all, I shall burn off your hair.
Loveborg. Finally.
Yes. Finally. And too late.
Why too late?
Too late for us. Thea, you can no longer be of use to me.
How can you stand there and say that I can be of no use to you? What about our work? Can't I help you like I did before?
I will not be working ever again.
What are we to live for?
You must try and live your life as if you never knew me.
You think that is easy?
You must go back home.
I will only be where you are. And when our book is published?
The book will never be published.
Eilert, what have you done with that book? Tell me, I have every right to
The
know!
book, the Thea's and my book. I've torn the notes into 1,000 pieces.
No! No! No!
It is true all the same.
And you did this horrible deed last night?
Yes. I've torn the notes into 1,000 pieces and threw them in the river.
It's as though you have killed our little child. Did you not think that that child belonged to me too? It's all over. I shall leave now, Hedda.
Are you going to leave town?
I do not know. Hedda, please forgive that I come again.
What has happened to you, Thea?
Something new about Eilert?
Yes, I'm dreadfully afraid that an accident has
Oh,
happened.
my good lord. Why would you think so, Mrs. Elvsted?
I heard talk of him at my lodgings just as I came in. The most unbelievable rumours are afloat.
What were they saying?
I'm not sure. Either they did not know more, or they silenced when they saw me. But I am certain it was him, and someone mentioned the hospital.
The hospital?
Yes. We parted in such anger.
Thea, be careful what you say.
I must go and see him. I must see him.
It is pointless, Mrs. Elvsted. No one is allowed inside.
Please tell me what happened. What is it?
He's not attempted to kill himself.
Sadly, you have guessed correctly, Mrs. Desmond.
When did it happen, Mr. Pratt?
This afternoon, between 3 and 4.
But, dear lord, where did you do it?
Where? Well, at his lodgings, I presume.
No, that is not possible. I was there between 6 and 7.
All I know is they found him and he shot himself. Through the chest.
Tell me, how have you learned all this?
One of the police officers told me.
At last, a courageous deed.
He must have been delirious to do this. Yes, delirious, just as he was when he tore up our book.
The book? You say he tore it up?
Yes, he did.
To think of Eilert parting from the world like this.
If only it could be reassembled.
Yes.
Perhaps it can be, Mr. Tesman.
What do you mean?
Well, I have kept all the loose sheets he used to dictate from.
You have kept those, Mrs. Elvsted?
I brought them with me when I left home, and here they all are, still in my bag.
Let me have a look.
They are in a dreadful mess.
Fancy, if we could make something out of them after all. Perhaps, if we put our heads together.
Yes, please let us try.
We must try to calm our minds.
I will try, George.
Here, come. Pardon me, Judge Barry.
How are you succeeding, George?
Heaven knows, dear. It will be at least a few months' work. Maybe even a year.
Imagine. Isn't it strange, Thea? Here you are next to Tesman, just like you used to sit next to Eilert Lovborg.
Oh, if only I could also inspire your husband like I did Eilert.
I'm sure you will, my dear.
I am certain also.